Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bumpadump, and welcome to a GoS 1 to 4 on Warlock tutorial. So you can see here we've already gone through the portal, and we're starting at the beginning of first encounter. I've already placed a flag, but you will need to do that in Rally. The other things that this tutorial requires are a consistent knowledge of well skating and bouncing. I will show you the lineups and the timing for the bounces you can see from my input overlay, but you will need to know how to well skate and how to well bounce in general. So, once you've come in and rallied, you can basically kind of line up like this. We're trying to skate over to this section right here. If you fall too far down, it is a death barrier and it will instantly. And then we're just going to kind of climb up the wall here, go along here, go along these sections. As you can see, it lets us skip to the flower field in first encounter. Now, this is kind of a tutorial on how to get the secret chest, so I won't really show how you actually hit the skip in a run. But right now, we can just kind of keep moving forward to the end of the flower field. So we get to about here. Now, what you want to do here is you want to line up with the top of that plateau on the other side of the transition to second, and you're going to skate. And you want to Icarus dash and land on top here, like this. You're going to drop down, come down here. This is the first precise setup of the skip. You want to kind of put yourself right in front of that shadow, right kind of budged up against the wall. Right here, there's the platform and the plateau that you come from the skip, and then you want to look right about here. You want to kind of have that black little X-looking thing in the rock scratch right in the middle of your crosshairs. You're going to pull out your eager sword and swing, and it's going to teleport you right to the beginning of the undergrowth load zone. Just like this. Congratulations. You've skipped first encounter. Now we're going to come down, and the secret chest is over on your left. I'm kind of assuming if you're watching the skip video, you know where the secret chest is in GoS. So we're going to show a lineup for how to skip this entire jumping puzzle. Now if you're doing a div run, don't do this. But if you're not doing a div run, kind of line up your cursor like that. There should be a little white dot in the left of your circle. Jump about right there. If you time it better, you won't hit that. It's kind of just a timing thing. And now we're through that jumping puzzle. And we are coming now to second encounter. Now that we're at second encounter, we're just going to skate over to 3. Once we're at 3, we're going to get up to the top of that pillar. Like this. Here, I'm going to get on top of this other little pylon thing. And I'm going to look at this tree branch. Now this is the first well bounce of the run. And you kind of want to line your cursor somewhat in the top middle of this little moss patch right here. You want to get the circle of your crosshair kind of like that. And then once you do, you're going to do a nice simple well bounce. You can see my timings again for my input delay. The input overlay, sorry. And then we're just going to kind of come across here. Slowly making our way. And now we're slowly making our way back up to the tree. The next well bounce is right up here on our left. And this one is interesting because it doesn't require you to Icarus dash at all. You're just going to line up, pop heat rises, and then skate. And so you want to get kind of to the like half edge of this line right here, like this. Then you want to line up your crosshair. There's that line of the rock right there. You want to line it up to where you've got the last bit of that rock vein. And you're going to pop your rises, skate and jump immediately when your health goes down, like that. And then come across this little ledge right here. Once you hit your ledge, you want to aim for that little rock section right there. So we're going to skate like that. Stop. You want to line up right about here. You want to get your crosshairs right there. See that little, there's that 2 little lines in that tree. You want to line up right about right there. And then you're going to escape and jump immediately and Icarus dash right into that rock face. And then you're up here. Now, if you're just doing this for secret chest is in there. The final bit of this skit comes up here. This is a classic that all the LFGs get really surprised by. I tend to line myself up with this route right about right here. And then I normally have that little green, those two little green dots right there, as you can see in my crosshair. Kind of in the left half of my crosshair. And then it's just another well bounce. But I messed up on this one, so we'll try that again. It's okay. That just means that I was a little bit too far to the left on my bounce, because it kicked me up to the left. So you want to come here. Probably means I need to put him a little bit closer to the edge of my crosshair. Like right there. And then same thing. And that time, I my Icarus dash too early. Because I didn't get quite enough momentum. So you can see that the timing can be a little tricky on these, even for people who've done it a lot of times like I have. So we'll try this again. I really recommend putting on Starfire with fusion moves anytime you're doing stuff like this. Just get your grenades back much faster. There we go. And you want to aim for that route right there before you start moving to the left, because there is a death barrier. And if you move to the left too early, you will hit it and die. And then once you make it into a donut, you can skate across like that. And you come up to the platform, and you can pull your teammates. Now, the other key thing to remember is when you do this, you miss a key checkpoint to start the encounter. And so what you need to do is once you pull everyone to the final encounter after third, you want to jump up here and then slide into this little cubby right here. And then this will hit the checkpoint, y'all can wipe and rally and start the encounter. I hope that was informative. Please leave any comments or anything if there's anything I can improve on besides hitting the bounces first try. But thanks and have a great day.